Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Connie Balmer! Hey, Connie Balmer. You're first today. Thank you so much. Karen and let me see, Celia C. Excuse me. Lambert Charles. Welcome. Boy, my allergies are playing up with me. So I'm just going to go all the way to the very last person here. Reba Henderson, thank you so much for being here. So let's see if we can do this in about an hour. Seeing that it's so late, I feel really guilty keeping people up late in the other time zones. Hey, Joan Garcia, Elaine Parker, Maggie Howe, Annie Bullard. Hello, hello, hello. So let's hop right into it, shall we? Yes, happy Sunday. Don't mess with Uncle Joe. Do not mess with Uncle Joe. Now, of course, I'm not accusing anyone within the royal family of being the ones that are orchestrating this thing. I think this purely comes out of the hatred and the hostility from some very nasty individuals within the British tabloid media, and of course, the Heritage Foundation and all these other people who have decided to try to get into Harry's business. It's just so interesting that, on the one hand, there's all this hate and hostility to, I guess, try to ruin them so that they could never make money. Of course, I'm speaking of the Sussexes, that nobody wants to work with them. And of course, there is always going to be a certain sector of society that the more you try to hate on a person, the more you're going to get pushback. Because, well, after all, we have all been um, menaced by the classroom bully. And if you notice, the people within the tabloid media that perpetuate this stuff, they all seem like they're missing a certain gene that would make them so close to being humans. It's like one or two chromosomes away from being a human being. So they the level of hatred is shocking sometimes, and I think it reached its zenith when we all suffered through the thing in New York with the car chase and everything. It was like, wow, just when I thought it could get bad, it's actually has gotten worse. However, um, hopefully, most of us, if not all of us, have been able to bounce back from that. And I hope that we all can continue our support of the Sussexes without the lingering effects of that. But if you are still struggling with that, I get it. And when you're ready, we'll be here. Some people have taken a big step away from the social media and such. I can't say that I blame anybody for that, because it's a lot. That's what it is. It's a lot. Val Rich, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Sunday to you. Wow, people are still pouring in. I wasn't expecting a lot of people, considering that it is kind of late on a Sunday. And of course, it's been a very rich day with the ladies Sussex, Charles, and George. Also, I think the Duchess of, oh gosh, Special K. Special K was on. And of course, the Duchess of Success. And as always, hello, Ivy here. I think Ivy posted earlier today. So I kind of slept in, but anyway, here we are. So it's been a pretty busy day, all in all. So thank you guys for being here. I guess I'm trying to say that in spite of everything that is going on the Sunday of a Memorial Day weekend here in the U.S. and stuff. I'm surprised that there's 500 people in here, but that's cool. Does not matter, as long as you know. Oh, what is that you have there, Church Nelly? Yes, Sussex strong, absolutely. Okay, so let's get on with it. So right here, Joe Biden administration is being accused of stonewalling those who want to look into Harry's visa application. Um, why? Why is that so important? Um, the man owns property here, okay? As a property owner, you have certain rights. We don't even know what the status of his visa is, nor is it anybody's business. Oh, the taxpayers have a right to know, which is code for the press is trying to do as much damage to a person as possible. Oh, man. Does it ever end? Does it ever end? Okay. And so, as you can see there, in the warm embrace of the most powerful man on earth, the leader of the free world, Joseph Robinette Biden, Harry has found friendship and will continue to find friendship. And of course, all of these little attacks against Harry's character, trying to impugn his character in some kind of way or demean him, is a monumental waste of time. I guess it's good for the clicks, right? It is good for the clicks, but it doesn't really change his situation. It's like a mosquito bite, not likely to be life ending in, the Northern Hemisphere in the year of 2023, but yet they persist. Carlene Beckford says, good day, family. I was about to say good Friday. Good day, family. I have voted for Prince Harry, who is one of the nominees for the NTA Award. Family, please keep up the voting to secure a win for our beloved Ginger Avenger. Absolutely. Keep voting because the more people look into that interview, the more likely the Ginger Avengers book is going to maintain its position at the top of the charts when it comes to nonfiction. So, yeah, one thing is good for the other. So I say, yes, please do vote. Make it happen. Yeah, Lona Murray, they are desperate. The desperation is palpable. Okay. And so here you can see, of course, the First Lady, the FLOTUS, as they say, the First Lady of the United States of America. I don't know when they started using the term First Lady, but it's like there's nothing in the Constitution for the First Lady. There's no salary for the First Lady. And I like to hold up the First Ladies and, of course, today, the First Gentleman of the United States. When people say, oh, Meghan thought there was money in it, and when she found out she didn't get paid, I would like to remind people that there are many heads of states, governors, mayors, all kind of positions where people have grown up with the full knowledge that in most cases it's the woman who is the one cutting ribbons and holding the hands of victims and such, that has taken on the mantle of the heart of the administration, whatever the level of government or office of government may be, without pay. And it has been that way for a very long time. And so when people say, oh, well, Meghan found out that there was no money in it, there's a lot of people who serve with their spouse, partner, that do not get money. As you say, $20,000 a year, I won't even dignify that. That's not money. Like I said, the first lady doesn't get paid. That's not money. Um, that's not even minimum wage. I don't even know that that's true. As far as I know, the first lady doesn't, or the first spouse does not receive anything. But even if that were the case, that's not money. That's um, that's a luncheon. That's a presidential luncheon. Um, anyway, so they are meddling into Harry's business about his status with a green card, his citizenship. They don't know, so they're speculating. So, in a written opposition to the fast track request, the Department of Homeland Security described the Telegraph and other British publications as niche, and also said it wasn't persuaded that there were exceptional circumstances that made an urgent response necessary. In other words, to the Telegraph, goes straight to blazes. We don't see that there's been anything exceptional or unusual about Harry's situation. And so this sense of urgency that, by the way, comes from a foreign press. And I want you guys to take note of that, especially the hate listeners, the derangers, the people who say that I have no business speaking about anything about Britain because I'm a Yank and I don't know anything. And what am I talking about? Well, here's the point. These foreign media type people, they have no business pursuing anything where Harry's green card or citizenship is concerned. As a matter of fact, they have no business to attack the president of the United States on a daily basis. Sure, he's a public figure, but he's the president of the United States. It would be as if I was attacking the prime minister or the God, I even hate to say it, the king. It would be as if I was attacking the king. I still give him the respect that it comes with his office, with his station, as I would anyone. I never complained, not one time, about the amount of money that has been spent to protect the Trumps or any other former inhabitants of the White House. That comes with the job. I have pointed out, though, that they spent more money on the Trumps in a few months than they spent on the Obamas in 8 years. Matter of fact, I'm going to say the first year of the Trump administration cost the American taxpayers more than they spent on the Obamas in 8 years. President Trump, who constantly complained about Obama's taking vacations, Obama's vacations in no way leveled up to that of George Walker Bush, the second President Bush, and in no way could he ever compete with the Trumps. And so, whatever comes with that position, I'm cool with it. So long as it's fair and consistent. As our Duchess say, I didn't expect it to be easy, but I at least expected it to be fair. And so I feel the same way about this situation. It is not fair that these foreign tabloids, any tabloid for that matter, but um, if there's been one thing that I can say has been one of the worst exports that have ever come out of Europe, and in particular Britain, that of course is racism that was used to justify slavery. I mean, that was like the bread and butter. And then, of course, the other thing would be the tabloid media. I would say that it would not be wrong to point out the fact that there was a time when we had movie magazines and such, but the staff of the Inquirer, the Star, the Globe, and all those other publications, the Examiner, is interesting that they actually came from Fleet Street. They came from the UK. That was not something that we were accustomed to here. So it's kind of like we have been, um, I guess, jaded by that type of media. It was something that did not exist here. And even today, if you look at our mainstream media, yeah, there. Oh, by the way, thank you, Elaine Parker, for the super sticker. Um, we have our moments, we have our entertainment tonight shows and such, but the level of hatred and hostility and character assassination that we get from the tabloid media in the UK is something that, to a certain extent, um, just does not exist on that level. As Oprah Winfrey said, I've had my problems with the tabloids here, but the ones over there are particularly vicious. And as she said, they tried to kill Princess Diana. Well, how prophetic that she said that, and within a year, Princess Diana was gone, died tragically and mysteriously in a tunnel in Paris. And in 2023, we see those same dark forces that Harry spoke of when he pretty much gave a farewell address. He said those same dark forces seem to have targeted my family. So it exists, and the epicenter of it comes from, of course, the triangle of hate, as I call it: Australia, Britain, the United States. That seems to be that triangle of hate. And in the English speaking world, that hatred seems to be very right leaning, and it seems to focus around a few very wealthy, rich white men. That's where it comes from. And then, of course, when it comes to the hostility toward the Sussexes, it seems to come from the middle aged white woman. That is a demographic that I don't say with pleasure. It certainly doesn't speak for everyone, but that seems to be, and for that percentage of women, it is a very vocal minority of people, keyboard warriors. Certainly, it doesn't speak for the majority of white women in society or anybody in society, but that seems to be the demographic according to those who know. And it's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. And because of Harry's marriage to Meghan, someone that otherwise they would have been pushing their daughters at, now there's nothing but hate and hostility. Boy, I tell you, it's incredible to watch. I tell you that. It's painful and very sad all at the same time. Okay, and if you take a look here, just a little reminder to the haters: Harry is one of us. Harry is one of us. One nation indivisible. He is one of us, as the Italians said about Meghan some time ago when they were in that big football match. What was it, the finals? Harry, one of us. Like they said, Megan, one of us. Here's Harry at Pearl Harbor. Was this last year? Let me see. Yeah, that was 2022. I think it was December of 2022. And of course, that would have been Pearl Harbor Day, right? I think it was there for Pearl Harbor Day. And of course, when he walked in, the born leaders saluted them and they him. How cool is that? That reflex. Oh man. Black Queen says, if you look at the history of the UK, they're gossip mongers of ton made of mostly middle-aged old white women held everyone's life hostage. One lie about a young girl who would ruin her entire family. Yeah, that is just the unfortunate demographic. Is the Karens, right? Over here, we would call them the Karens, and I guess over there, increasingly, people are referring to them as the Karens. And I do apologize to anyone whose name is Karen, but um, it's just interesting that the Karens were the ones that put um, Trump in office, right? You would have thought that with the way that Trump conducted himself, that people would have been turned off, in particular women. But these, in some cases, educated women, um, decided it didn't matter. It didn't matter. We're going to, as a matter of fact, they decided to go against the white woman running for president and believe the worst of her. And even though they knew that he was the worst person in the world, they chose him anyway. I don't know if there's any way that would ever make sense to me, but as Madeleine Albright said, women who won't help other women, there is a special place in hell. Um, and I guess that lack of sisterhood, which what I spoke about the other day, is very sad to me. That people would be so easily persuaded to believe the worst, and I guess it's a bit of misogyny that is not coming from men, but from other women. That is so disappointing. But it is. It's misogyny, and it's as though it's actually worse coming from one woman to another. I could see if there was a legitimate, intelligent, justifiable reason to feel that way about another woman, but just because I don't like her. That doesn't make sense to me. That will never make sense to me. So whatever they think about Harry's situation and this need to try to ruin his life, all I can say is it is not going to work. It is not going to work, even if by some god awful chance that one of those Republicans ever make it into the White House again. I just don't see how that makes sense. I think people had enough of that. It was a cult that surrounded the last president that was really destroying this country. And it's the same thing in the UK. That Brexit cult is going to be the undoing of the country. It doesn't end with the Brexit. It doesn't end with a Trump. They have changed people forever, and they have created so much hate that it is really going to ruin everything that people have worked so hard to build. So good luck with it. And of course, right here, there is our prince in front of the American flag. It's just interesting how he kept finding his way over here. He kept finding his way over here, and now he's a property owner. He has business here. Um, he has work. And of course, that alone gives a person a green card status. So I have to say, though, one thing that most people are still, you know, uh, I guess, confused about is whether or not he's applied for citizenship. We don't even know if Harry is seeking citizenship. If he does become a U.S. Senator, he is likely to be the first royal ever to vote. He will be the first royal to ever vote. And who knows, he may be voting for his wife. He may be voting for his daughter, his son, but he will be the first. He'll be the first royal to ever vote. And no, he does not have to give up his. He doesn't have to relinquish his title or anything like that. He can be a dual citizen if he chooses to do so, but we just don't know. Yeah, right. Ann Fu says it was destiny calling Prince Harry to the United States. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't bring this up, which is interesting because, as I said, I'm still not sure what remiss means, but I always hear people say it. I would be remiss if I didn't point it out that they accused our president of viciously snatching the statue of Winston Churchill out of the Oval Office where it had been for so long and replacing it with, oh gosh, I forgot. Let me see. Rosa Parks is there now. And what is the guy that was the union guy? Oh my goodness, I forgot his name. Um, oh gosh. Anyway, they removed Winston Churchill from the Oval Office, but don't worry, he's close. And of course, we have the bus of Martin Luther King is there, right? So it's not like they, you know, it's not like he's been like put in a cupboard somewhere. He's still there. It's just he doesn't have that position of prominence that was given to him by Donald Trump. So, oh yeah, Cesar Chavez. That's right, Cesar Chavez. So yeah, they replaced Winston Churchill with Cesar Chavez. Hasta la victoria siempre, right? Hasta la victoria siempre. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. So, oh man, I gotta turn myself on when I speak Spanish. I wonder what I'm doing later. Maybe I'll take me out to dinner. Uh, but if you guys are feeling sorry for Winston Churchill, do not feel bad because listen, he does have a place where he's seen most days, working days in the White House. They at least put him in the presidential dining room, right? There's a dining room in the West Wing that the president uses. And so there's Winston Churchill surrounded by a bunch of people that he probably would have starved into submission. But and you can see that the president and the vice president are enjoying some massive American hamburgers under the watchful gaze of Winston Churchill. So, like I said, gone but not forgotten. He still has a very prominent position in the presidential dining room in the West Wing. And of course, if if say the vice president decides that she didn't want pickles and she flick it across the room and it gets stuck on Winston Churchill's forehead, oh, who cares? A little pickle and mustard on a forehead of a prime minister is no big deal. I mean, or if Biden flicks an onion across the room and it lodges across his nose or something like that, it's not a big deal. They can just take a little napkin and wipe it off. It's only Winston Churchill. Um, Could you imagine Kamala Harris? I told them I did not want pickles. Oh man. Oh well. So there you go. And then, of course, there was that very interesting appearance that Harry made at the inauguration. Out of all of the images that they encountered at the Capitol building, which, by the way, I think is very interesting that that is still there, but in one of the hallways of the Capitol building, the United States Capitol building, they still have an image of Harry laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier at the Arlington National Cemetery, which I think is so cool. I mean, that was years ago, but if you guys recall the day that Harry was at the Capitol, there was like all of these young women at the Capitol swooning. All you could hear is the tap, tap, tap of heels running through the halls of the Capitol, hoping to get a glimpse of Harry, who, of course, paid no attention because he was there on official duty. He wasn't there to meet and greet his, he wasn't there to do that type of greeting, should I say. He was there on official business, and the Queen had sent him there. So, he was doing his due diligence for his grandma, his commander in chief, and that was that. So, and the fact that all these years later, that image of him is still in the Capitol building says a lot, doesn't it? Just by chance, he made a cameo at the inauguration of Joe Biden, his friend.
Charming. He's married because he's charming. She spent too much time with him. I don't know. I'm glad he's married. Involved in the Invictus Games with Prince Harry from the beginning.
Yeah, can you tell us anything about Prince Harry?
I can tell you. I'm happy he's married because she spent too much time with him. I don't know. I'm glad he's married.
He's charming. He sure is. That's our Harry. That is our Harry. And then, of course, we have to make sure that we wish happy birthday to Gladys Knight. Today is Gladys Knight's birthday. Yes, that Gladys Knight. Midnight Train to Georgia, Grapevine, all of those hit songs. Today is Gladys Knight's birthday. I think she's 78, 79, something like that. And still looks good. I mean, Gladys Knight looks amazing. She looks good. She sounds good. She's Gladys Knight. 79. Thank you, Lucy Wynn. Yes, today is Gladys Knight's birthday. 79 years young. I think she was born in 1944? Is that the right number? But yeah, so happy birthday, Gladys. And of course, let's get to a little messiness, shall we? So Will sides with Diana by breaking protocol and not bowing to Camilla. Interesting article from the Mirror. Not really, but I'm just going to be polite and say that. And this comes a day after, or was it the same day? I think it was the same day. Kate Middleton warm coronation gesture to appease Camilla, experts say. Who the heck is these experts? So listen, it was a big deal that William chose not to say anything gracious about Camilla on the coronation. At the coronation concert. First, they got Camilla's hopes built up. They had Camilla's head all blowed up and everything, full of this idea that William was going to say all of these. I mean, how mean is that, isn't it? As they say, cruelty is the point. So they spent all that time pumping her head up, making her believe that William was finally going to give her the proper respect. And what did he do? He spoke glowingly about his father and said absolutely nothing about Camilla. And of course, on that same occasion, when Camilla went by, instead of bowing to Camilla as he did his father, he looked the other way like, hey, how y'all doing over there? He turned his head and looked up the way like he saw somebody he knew. Oh, so that didn't work out. Marcel, great point. Thank you so much for that. Thank you very much. Yes, Megan's niece is an immigration lawyer. You would not believe what a huge business that is. I have a person that I know that actually makes a lot of money translating documents for immigration and such. So, yeah, it's big. It's huge. What a great profession to be in. Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. We are not worrying about this visa issue. Almighty God was with Harry as he walked behind his mom's coffin. God was with Prince Harry in Afghanistan. God Almighty is with our Prince Harry now and forevermore. Thank you, Jacqueline Squash, the official chaplain of Royal Sussex. Thank you very much. Duly noted. Yes, so you guys stop worrying. Harry's going to be just fine. God is on his side. And, of course, the Sussex squad is on his side. So, yes, I think it's something very strange going on with this. As I say, there seems to be dueling houses of Windsor, Clarence House and Kensington Palace. And how deep this goes, I don't know. But I think that in some ways, these two articles are definitely written to brief to the public that there is some type of unity in the House of Windsor. You see, I think it's one thing for them to throw daggers at the Sussexes, but if they fall out with each other, then of course the public will become increasingly disenchanted with the royal family to a point that they probably, how do young people say, don't go there. They don't want to go there because they will truly ruin their future. So it's probably the wisest thing that they could do is to show some type of unity and cooperation, because if not, then what are you asking the public to pay for? A reality show? So Cruella DeVille knows cruelty well. She dishes it out without hesitation. So surely she can take it just the same. Thank you, Black Queen. Okay. Now, so there you have it. I do believe that there is some issues going on, but I think that there was a certain amount of retaliation because of all of those articles and stories. I really do believe that someone was planting stories to try to discredit Charles and try to shame and humiliate him away from the throne. I said that many times. I wasn't sure that it would work, but I thought that that was the point of it. And of course, offering the alternative of youthful Kate, no matter what she looks like, youthful Kate and youthful William, no matter what he looks like, that those two people that have, that both of them look 10 years older than what they are because of the hate and hostility they carry, that those two were going to be the savior of the House of Windsor. And of course, hopefully there would be like a movement to remove Charles out of the line of succession, that he would just yield it to William. And you know what, guys, who's to say that eventually that won't happen? Charles has gotten pretty much everything that he wanted. As king, he's not really going to change anything. He doesn't have enough time to really shape a narrative that is going to outdo his mother's. He just doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the finesse to do it. He doesn't have the personality. He is going to be very, very forgetful. Um, People, this is like a footnote of history. Charles will not, he was a better Prince of Wales than he will ever be king. There's not much for him to do. Now is the worst time to be king because, and you know, it's his fault. It is his fault. If he would not have done the things that um, he did with Princess Diana, people would be more favorable toward him. But because of Princess Diana, he will never be looked upon as this magnanimous, kind-hearted, loving individual. People see him for who and what he is. And yes, there's a lot of people that have been given money and opportunities and such because of the Prince's trust that are going to be loyal to him. But that doesn't mean that they're really crazy about him. That means they're indebted to him. There's a big difference. So, yeah, I'm afraid that it's going to be a very lackluster time. And he'll probably be very much like Philip. Philip had a lot of youth initiatives and stuff like that. They mentioned him when he died. And then next thing you know, he went into that hole in the floor to be forgotten about. And I think that's the same thing that's going to happen with Charles. There's no real lasting legacy. So just the Prince's trust and his obsession with nature and architecture. All right. So Kate, £154,000, £500 a year charity boss, is a convicted murderer who stabbed a man to death on a train. Princess of Wales had no idea of CEO's past when they met last year. So as you can see, the story has jumped over from the Mirror to the Mail. Now the Mail is running the story, and they did not start off their day with that. They decided to end the day speaking about that same thing. So that, I don't think is going to, if anything, the only person that's going to be hurt is, wait, don't even get me started about the way they worded that article, because God, that was funny. Very sad for the family of the other person, but yeah, let's see, where is it? Right here. Oh no, that's not it. Oh, but don't forget to vote, you guys. Where did it go? Let me see here. I'll find it. And is this it? Yes, that's it right there. Yeah, so last May, the killer charity boss oh man. Does it say who wrote that article? Does it even mention that? I gotta see. Does it even mention who wrote that article? Last year, the killer charity boss. They say, is it Simon Murphy? I think it's Simon Murphy. It's just so matter of fact. Last May, the killer charity boss, or well, let me see, where's my other favorite one? Okay, wait. It is unclear if they were aware when when they met the killer last year. This happened when he was a teenager. That happened so long ago. I mean, we're talking 1979. Battlestar Galactica was on television, for God's sakes. Let me see. Yeah, in 1979, he was age 17. He was found guilty and he served his time, and he was freed in 1985. And still, they referred to him. Oh well, that's the Mirror. See what I mean about the tabloids being so malicious? Yeah, pretty tacky. Oh, let me see. What's that? The Daily Mail. That's actually that was a mirror. That was a mirror that wrote the article like that. I mean, the Daily Mail only pointed out that he's who stabbed a man to death on the train. You know, you know what? I should go and try to find that article in the Daily Mail just to see how it was worded. But yeah, they're vicious, vicious. Now, oh my goodness, I wanted to try to get you guys out of here in an hour. The photographer Alexei Lubomirsky revealed that Harry is really interested in photography while promoting Spare. B. Gordon, who noted that Harry had just completed a big display of black and white family photos. This picture was taken by him in Lesotho. I'm once again impressed. That's the words of a squatty, by the way. And so I've seen Harry, you know, holding the camera up, but the photo was cropped, so I never did see the subject in the photo. So this is Harry taking a photo. Now, as I was researching this, I actually found an article where some royalists writing for oh God, what paper was it? Oh, The Guardian, had the nerves to say that Kate was more impressive as a photographer than Harry, whose work is a bit pretentious. And I went to the comments and they blasted the person that wrote the article, because even in 2019, while the Sussexes was still there, the bias and unnecessary maliciousness used by that writer of the story in The Guardian, you know, and I'm really disappointed because on the one hand, it's like I applaud The Guardian for most of the work that they do. However, you see articles like that deliberately went negative against Harry and his skills as a photographer. I mean, let's face it, Kate takes pictures of her family. And one of the comments in the article, in the comments for the article said, yeah, she takes pictures of her kids with a $10,000 camera. Exactly. I mean, even using an iPhone is kind of hard to get that wrong. Let me show you what Harry is doing with this camera, which I don't suspect is digital. It may have been, but let me show you Harry's work. That's the person that Harry was photographing. You can see here, right? I'll take a look there. How regal, how splendid, how gorgeous is this work? Absolutely beautiful. Look at the lighting. Look at the way the textures are raised. Now, one of the reasons why the person who wrote the article cited Harry as being pretentious is because he used black and white for the photos. And I'm just like, and that is what you're building your case upon? I just don't see Kitty doing something of this level. But hold on, I'm not done yet. Harry is very skilled with the camera, whatever that person was saying. When you have affection for the people that you're photographing, not because they're your family, but because you have looked to them and you see a beautiful soul looking back at you, then that's what I call talent. This is what he was bashing. Whoever wrote the article, I didn't even care to get the name. but he just totally slammed Harry's ability as a photographer. It was like he was creating this. Well, the article even said um, Prince Harry versus Kate Middleton. So Prince Harry's adventures living in a national park or experiencing life in Lesotho with his charity is something that should be swept under the rug, and we should focus on Kitty. Kitty, who posts pictures and photoshops people into the picture that wasn't even there when she took it. I mean, I can Photoshop somebody into a photo. So that would be like me saying, oh, this is a nice photo. Too bad Harry had to Photoshop the rhino into the photo. I don't think that that's what happened. And so there's Harry sharing his camera with, I guess, some of the kids that he just photographed. Now, I remember seeing the video for this scene, I think, but it just goes to show the lengths that people go to as a royalist, I suppose. But I mean, you guys, if you saw the comments, you would know exactly what I'm saying. And those comments were from 2019. That was from 2019. Why even write an article? It's two different types of experiences. Has Kate ever lived away from the UK? Has she ever done anything significantly as a, before she married or even after she married? Anything besides the early years? If she's really done something, I'd like to know. So I'm sorry. I just thought it was quite ridiculous. And of course, as I support the Sussexes, I'm incredibly biased and I really don't care. I'm very biased. Speaking of which, yesterday I was looking through the comments and there was someone who tried to mention another channel. Heads up, Baron. There's this channel and they're saying this, that, and the other about Harry and Meghan. Troll. And if you're listening, Troll, heads up, Troll. Let me give you a heads up. If you are trying to tell me something like that, then you're saying, hi, Baron, I'm a troll, and I'm trying to sneak this into the conversation. And what was I supposed to do with that? Oh my goodness, I better look into that, or yeah, I'm going to start going against them because that's what I've been secretly trying to do for the last 1,000 videos I have produced. 1,000 videos. I think you should know where I stand with the Sussexes, right? I don't know how long this troll has been watching, but it just makes no sense whatsoever. Don't try to sneak things in like that. It doesn't work here. You're wasting your time. Just go back to hate listening, right? Like you've been doing. Just hate listen. And let the grown people do what grown people do. Because that doesn't work. Let me see. I would love the book of Harry's photographs rather. Is there a book? Because I'm thinking, did they publish some for the charity? I'm trying to recall because I know that let's see. Let me go back here. These are Getty images here. I think these belong to Getty. You could actually buy these from Getty. So I don't know if he published them or not, or if anybody published them for him. But I think they're beautiful. I think they're absolutely beautiful. And for that that person who wrote for the, I mean, that is just so silly for the The Guardian. It must have been a slow news cycle that they would have someone write an article comparing Harry's photography with that of Kate's. Stupid. Also, you guys, I put the link for this video in the community tab. So if you want to see it, please go to the community tab if you haven't seen it already. That was, I think, the last thing that I posted, so it should be easy to find. But the community tab is at the top of the menu when you go to the home page of Royal Sussex here on YouTube, and you can find a link where you can click on that and see Harry flying that Apache helicopter. Okay, so we're going to round things up. Joe Biden, Joe Biden, as you can see, once again, has made the Republicans look bad. For someone who is so old and senile and doesn't know what's going on, I'm telling you, if you are a United States citizen and you are looking forward to Social Security, as long as Joe Biden is president, nobody's going to touch it. Nobody is going to touch it. So there's a reason why you see Chuck Schumer smiling. Joe Biden looked like the cat that just ate the canary. And of course, McCarthy is got that look on his face like, what am I going to tell my people? What am I going to tell the Republicans when I leave this room? So looks like somebody has just been served their behind for lunch. Thank you so much, Joan Lawman. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. Yeah, they mentioned a hate channel, and oh my God, I didn't even look at any of the videos. The title's enough. Why would you tell me about a channel like that? And really, listen, they wasn't trying to tell me, they were trying to tell you so that you could go over there and get discouraged and humiliated, and that you could be demoralized by all of these nasty things that they have to say about the Sussexes. That's what was so stupid about it. It's just like, I've seen it, I've heard it, I don't believe it unless they say it. Next. Carol Lund, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Hello, Ivy here. Hey, Ivy of Sussex Global UK. Hello, Ivy here. You know, once I start saying it, I cannot turn it off. I love saying it. Hello, Ivy here. Hello, Ivy. Girl, the Duchess of Sussex won. Meet me at the Royal Sussex party. Judge Nelly's gonna be there. All right, Ivy out. You know what? I have not come down from my high yet. As you know, So Ivy says, just finished a piece of work, now almost 1 a.m. here in UK. Making a quick visit. Thank you so much for gracing us with your visit. Ivy here. And TRC Rugs, thank you. Oh, did I say that? Oh, thank you so much for the super sticker. I don't think I did. So thank you so much, and thank you for being here. Happy Sunday to you. And Alma Andrews, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Sunday to you. But yeah, so listen, trolls. Oh, Judy, what is he? Ofawabi. Thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Sunday to you. So yes, trolls, haters, Kate Rangers, Do Rangers, you waste your time over here. It does not matter. The thing is, we try to make life better because of our support of the Sussexes. And of course, if you look at our fundraisers, then you know where we stand. It's not just that we support them or we celebrate them, but we do because of them. And we support one another because of them. So you just don't have that. The only thing that you have in common with the other people over there on the dark side is that you have hate in common with one another, right? There's nothing but love here. Just like I love to point out weird stuff about Kate. I don't talk about it because I hate her. It's because I love to point out some of those eccentricities that I like the way I clean that up. Sean says there's over 1,000 people in there and only 361 likes. Yeah, Baron needs more likes for the algorithm. Also, Andrew, you're a sicko man. Disgusting. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you for the super sticker. So yeah, waste your time someplace else. Do something constructive. Raise some money for the Cambridges or the Waleses or the whoever is there are. Raise some money for them. Do something constructive with your time. Try to find Kate's humanity. Try to find William's intelligence. Try to do something constructive, right? And you'll feel better about yourself. Try to find some redeeming social value to those two misfits and then get back to me. Who knows? I might even say something nice about them. So take a look here. Alexis Ohanian, Paris with a 5-year-old is fun. In all my trips, I never bothered to go up to the Eiffel Tower. Happy we did. Well, the reason why I thought that was interesting because same here. I have been to Paris on several occasions and have never gone to the top of the Eiffel Tower. So I'm going to have to make it a point to do that next time. I go and walk around it and everything, and people watch and take pictures and stuff, but have never actually gone up there. I don't know why. You know what? This is it. Maybe it's because if I keep leaving it for later or the next time, then that means I'll always go back because I'll have a reason to go, right? So maybe that's why I haven't went up there yet. Jael, we actually here at Royal Sussex, we did reach out to Kensington Palace. As we often do, we reached out just to hear their side of things.
Obviously, it'd be. I would love to have met her, and she's obviously she's an inspirational woman to look up to. Obviously, to this day, and going forward and things. It is. It's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So yeah, I do.
Ah, okay. Thank you so much, Your Royal Highness. That has brought a lot of. Actually, I'm not sure what it brought. I was going to say clarity, but then I wouldn't be sincere by saying that. So, yes, but it brought something. I can assure you. Okay, all right. So, in the same lifetime, he watched his father pick cotton. He sees his granddaughter star in a multi-million dollar Disney film as the lead character. So that's her grandfather. Um, I want to say Holly Berry, but is Haley Bailey, right? Um, that's her grandfather, and in his lifetime, as a child, he watched his father picking cotton, and I believe they said that his mother had picked tobacco. And all these years later, he proudly sits in a movie theater and watch his granddaughter star in a Disney film. That is magnificent. That is absolutely magnificent. So I wish I could leave it there, but this happened. Little Mermaid splashes the to 164 million global bow, but there's something fishy overseas as Disney picks best by review bombing. Um, there's a problem. They are, not that yet. They are attacking this movie. They are attacking this movie. Disappointingly, I'm surprised and sad to say this, but they have been targeting the movie on social media. Um, the worst places have actually been Korea, South Korea. I'm not so surprised because, well, um, I'm just not surprised. France, that is surprising. There has been like a bunch of negative comments, and so in some places the movie has received 4 stars, and in other places the movie has gotten 1 star. So they call it review bombing, and it's so bad that IMDb, is that right? They had to change a category so that the movie would not, get such a terrible backlash. I don't know how their voting works or whatever that is, but yeah. And one of the big reasons is quite obvious. Because the lead character is an African American, they have been attacking the movie. The movie is still doing extremely well. But this being the opening weekend, if you can go, do go. It would help. It would help a lot. That's the thing. And if you encounter the movie on some of the sites, if you feel in a, if you're feeling a bit prickly and you want to lash out against the haters, I say go for it. But yeah, so they're attacking the movie because of the usual reasons. So the movie's doing well in spite of everything. I think they said that the studio spent some $80 million advertising so that they can have a big box office weekend. So the budget is there for advertising the movie and promoting the movie, but the hatred is a whole nother animal, and that's a big problem. So yeah, so that is what's going on with the movie. So otherwise, I am very, very happy for her grandfather. I'm ecstatic for her. But if you can go and see it, if you are able to support the movie this weekend, it would be great. If not this weekend, then there's always next weekend. Or if you have some kids that you were intending to take to the movie, the sooner the better. But yeah, that is the old racism playing up again. Now, Princess of Wales parents leave taxpayers in the red as business sold. Party Pieces has entered an insolvency process And the bank is owed a balance of £220,000. Now, this I didn't know. The Princess of Wales' parents took out a the pandemic. I almost said it. Although I don't think we get in trouble for saying it now, but took out a pandemic loan for a children party business that will leave the taxpayers facing a loss. After the business collapsed this month, Carol and Michael Middleton received a taxpayer-backed loan from NatWest, whatever that is. Is that a bank? To support the company when lockdowns prevented family gatherings. Party Pieces, which they established in 1997, has now entered an insolvency process. I think that means bankruptcy. The bank is owed a balance of £220,000, according to documents seen by the Times. So, sorry about that. Yeah, so Party Pieces has gone up in smoke. Party Pieces is liable to pay 80% of any amount owed to NatWest under the term of the government's pandemic business interruption loan scheme. Party Pieces is now been sold through a so-called pre-pack administration deal to the entrepreneur James Sinclair for £180,000. The sale, I wonder if he's going to get an honor soon. Do you think he might get the Royal Victorian Order? He'll probably get some kind of honor. The lending is unsecured and will not be given priority over other unsecured creditors, such as trade suppliers. So, yeah, there you go. They have gone to pieces, literally. So there you go. Carol Middleton can go back and concentrate on other things that she likes to do. You know what I'm saying? She can pour herself a beverage and she can go back to doing other things. You know, to calm her nerves. She needs a little something to calm her nerves. To take the edge off, if you will. Right, Church Nelly? A little something to take the edge off. That's it. Hi. And if that doesn't work, there's always Uncle Gary, the purveyor of party favors. So Party Pieces and party favors, either way, they got you covered. Also, all of this explains something that I've been trying to figure out. Poor Carol Middleton hasn't been able to buy clothes in years. She's been wearing her daughter's hand-me-downs. That pink dress that Kate keeps wearing, no wonder it seems like I've seen it more often than not. The reason why it keeps showing up is because Kate Middleton. Kate Middleton wears it, and then Ma Middleton wears it, and then it goes back to Kate, and then it goes back to Ma Middleton. Yeah. So anytime you hear me say Kate dresses like somebody's mother, well, she has a good reason for that, because she literally dresses in the same. Can I see it? Are y'all able to see Ma Middleton's Spanx? Carol Middleton is wearing some Spanx, I tell you. Can you see it? I can see her Spanx. Holy moly, Ma Middleton is wearing Spanx. Right? Do you see it? She's wearing Spanx, y'all. Oh, man. I ain't mad at her. I'm just saying she's wearing some Spanx. But anyway, I love that photo of her with her hand on her hip. That's when I saw that photo, that's when I started calling her Ma Middleton, because she looks like she just burst through the door of an old Western saloon, right? She looks like she runs an old Western saloon. I'm going to go down to Ma Middleton's and get me a whiskey. You coming with? Where are you headed to? Ma Middleton's. I'm going to get some whiskey. So, yeah, there's Ma Middleton standing at the entrance of the saloon. Okay, I got to stop. See, my imagination is running away with me. Okay, so anyway, you guys, Ma Middleton is mourning the loss of Party Pieces. I can't say that they haven't had a good run of it. I mean, it's 2023. In this day and age of Amazon and Walmart is ramping up their online business and all these other things, the fact that Party Pieces has lasted so long is nothing short of a miracle. Hey, Lydia Washington. So, but it's no wonder that the business has gone under, because if you guys remember, finger clicking Carol, Ma Middleton, couldn't keep staff because of the way she used to email people at all hours. She would refuse them to take the time off, even to go to the dentist. Like mother, like daughter. She's a bad manager, and Kate is even worse. Kate wants you to do all the work for her. Kate wants you to do this and do that. She doesn't want to have to think for herself, allegedly. So both of them find it hard to keep help. They really do. Kate ran a housekeeper away. So I'm just not surprised. I mean, they're terrible managers. Nobody wants to work for them. Party Pieces had a high rate of turnover, just like Kensington Palace. Everything that they touch is a failure. Everything just, I'm surprised Party Pieces lasted so long. I think they managed to squeeze about 30 years out of it or something like that. So there you can see Carol wandering the aisles of the local party store, dreaming about what could have been, but will never be. Poor Carol, just wandering around, sipping on some beverages, and walking through the aisles of the local discount stores, dreaming of the day Party Pieces takes off. Well, not going to happen, Carol. Now, take that houndstooth jacket back to your daughter and enjoy your retirement in Buckleberry or Huckleberry or wherever the heck you come from. Party Pieces is gone. No more Party Pieces. Now you can just get that stuff from Amazon at a much lower price, I'm sure. That's it. So long, Party Pieces. 1989 is when they started Party Pieces, or was it 87? 89? 87? Well, anyway, Party Pieces featuring James, Pippa, and Kate. And of course, husband Michael Middleton. And there's Ma Middleton over there wearing something that eventually will show up on Kate. Oh, man. I am just feeling particularly, messy right now. So anyway, Party Pieces is no more. Kaput. And lastly, if anybody is still worried about the fitness of the president of the United States, well, just compare him to the last president of the United States. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we'll be all right. One is still able to wear a finely tailored suit, and and the other one, well, not so much. And with that, you guys, thank you so much for for watching Royal Sussex, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you to the moderators for keeping this a safe space as always. And thank you for the very generous contributions to Royal Sussex. And please make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Greatly appreciated, I assure you. Also, what else? Yeah, I guess that's it. That's it. I'm looking for the last word of the day. Church Nelly says smooches. Sounds good to me. And with that, thank you to our queens, our queen of everything and our queen of hearts. And now I am going to cue the Ginger Adventure. Good night, everyone, and thank you all so much. Good night. Ivy out. Bye for now. Bye from Ivy. Bye. Can you believe I had time to go and put my clothes in the dryer and come back? Ain't that something? I literally went and put my clothes in the dryer, put a static sheet in there, and now I'm back. That is so cool. I'm telling you, for a baby boomer, I still got those cat-like reflexes. I'm able to pivot and turn rapidly until I hear something go pop, and then I go sit down somewhere. But anyway, thank you very much, everyone. See y'all tomorrow. Love you guys.